So how does Miami Vice stop of alien abductions? It doesn't. I kinda screwed myself by going straight into the worst rated episode of the show. But come on. Giant lights in the sky, Chris Rock, James Brown at his substance abusiest. If I was going to make a single video covering a Miami Vice episode, it had to be that one. But now that I want to make another one, there is a problem. Fortunately, it's a problem where I can pick from any number of solutions. Miami Vice got a lot of weird episodes late on its run. There's the one about the video dating service, which will be a bit of a trip for all of the Zoomers in the audience.
And I do consider myself a refined Valley Jew.
The one about the erotic film producer, the entirety of the Burnett arc. That one will take a couple of videos to showcase all of the good, bad and ugly. Some ripped from the headlines episodes, because the guy who popularized that shit is here. Season 5 still has its studs, but I'm keeping it in Season 4 because that's where the other sci-fi episode is. In 1987, Crockett and Tubbs didn't just deal with their usual fill of drug pushers and corrupt officials, but also with a rapidly gentrifying Miami and the even more insane shit brought to them by the powers that be. That is, the producers and writers that were keeping the lights on while executive producer Michael Mann was...
Nationwide victims. One killer.
Have you ever seen blood on the moonlight well?
One hunter.
I'm gonna find you, damn it.
FBI agent Will Graham. Manhunter.
otherwise engaged. And one of them was a foray into technology we will see all of it right here in the episode The Big Thaw. It's a much more insidious episode, this one. Unlike Missing Hours, we don't get immediately blasted with terribleness. It starts just like a normal Miami Vice episode. Nighttime in the decaying neon Art Deco paradise and our two detectives staking out an abandoned building that's been receiving suspicious chemical deliveries. They go in and find a lab, filled with all of that science stuff that has no purpose apart from looking cool. But Crockett quickly susses out that something is off.
This is no ordinary drug lab, this is all medical equipment.
Oh my God. It's Robillard Nevin.
The dead reggae singer?
Yeah. He looks a little stoned.
He is. Stone cold frozen.
Okay. Before we go on, we have to get something out of the way, or otherwise it'll be the only thing that we can see. Because this is unfair. Here we are in the year of our Lord, 2025, and looking at this footage on devices that may as well have been cryopods in 1987.
Cryonic capsule.
Oh, sorry, cryonic capsules. Most people that are watching this at the time are doing it on a 22-inch Trinitron, which, if they're lucky, will be 480i. Even a show spending $2 million an episode has to cut corners somewhere. And boy did they did on the capsule. Our MacGuffin is a metal tube with a hole on which they put a plexiglass screen, a junkyard AC evaporator, a light. Fuck's sake, you can see where they beat it to give it shape. You can see the marker lines on the paper that they are trying to pass off as a fucking temperature screen. Anyway, so what's actually happening here is that Nevin, that's the popsicle there, was a reggae singer with a mad case of thanatophobia. Enough to have this guy and his assistant on call in case something terrible happened to him. A fool and his money, you know? However, it just so happens that it did. He got food poisoning after eating Japanese blowfish, as you do when you are absolutely terrified of death. And so was cryogenically frozen until a cure is found. A cure which this fucking guy, managed to figure out in a year and a half from a derelict building in the middle of Miami. It just so happened that Crockett and Tubbs stumbled into this mess the day he was supposed to be brought back to life.
Everybody got that?
Because they're undercover cops working in the highest secrecy, pretty soon everyone figures out where Nevin's body is, including his widow, Esther Nevin. She has about 30 million reasons to keep him dead. She even hires Otto Octavius, attorney at law, to make sure that the body goes to her when the case is reviewed. Christ, this case is already a mess. I can think of very few ways in which it could get worse.
Desayuno!
And there he is. Of course Izzy is on this episode. Though actually Izzy has a reason to be here for a change.
Dr. Poe is a man of pure genius. Unfortunately, he has forgotten how to feed himself.
Naturally, the good Dr. Poe dies as soon as he's left alone with him. But he ensures his legacy, in a way.
The Big Thaw is within your grasp, es verdad? You have a responsibility To your client, to your mentor, to your maker. A certain wisdom is needed here. Just don't speak.
You're not thinking of bringing him back yourself.
But before he can say Bamoose, Alfred Molina puts the kibosh in it.
Papers are in order. Judge Franklin wants the transfer made. Switek.
That's what you get when you mess with Doc Ock. And so, Esther gets the body, right? Well, Miami Vice always had its share of unsatisfactory endings. Sure, this one was a little bit more bizarre, but with that body gone, we can go right back to...
Very funny, guys. Where is he?
Just great.
God damn it. We're only halfway through. Who the fuck would steal that thing?
I'm pushing the envelope as it is, eh?
Of course.
I figured it was you who took Rubenard. I want him back now.
In the higher interest of science.
And she's made life a whole lot more difficult for herself.
Eh?
Doubly so now. I honestly don't understand what's the reasoning for this one apart from Michael Duggan, who wrote the episode, realizing that he'd made it so that Esther would get away with everything a little bit too easily. The courts would agree with her, of course. Even if they didn't, all she had to do was sit there and wait for Frobel to try and resurrect Neven. Hell, with the Japanese investors he invited, she'll have enough witnesses to win any lawsuit regarding emotional distress. And when he fails, as he will because, well, place the corpse in another freezer and have it shipped to Jamaica. From there it's just some paperwork and lawyer fees before you can spend the rest of your life beachside. Now nobody knows where the body is, and this asshole is going to be the one trying to revive him.
World of ours.
And now she's going full Elvis. All she had to do was sit and wait. Have a drink with the Japanese stereotypes.
There is no need for this dehumanizing humiliation.
So, committing to the bit then. Well, at least kill Izzy.
No, I don't want Esther to kill Izzy. I want to kill Izzy.
Okay. Now we're near the end of the episode. Let's get this over with. Good luck making the case without the murder weapon. Then again, it may float back to the surface. He did. Like Missing Hours, this is another instance of writers not knowing what Miami Vice is about. Hell, the only reason that they keep having to deal with this is that they are stuck taking care of the body. I'm sure they had other things they'd rather be doing. I know I did. The whole concept is just flimsy atop of flimsy, which just so happened to be filmed and acted by some of the best TV professionals of the time. Surprisingly, writer Michael Duggan would go on to make one of my favorite episodes of this season, and set up the events of the Sonny Burnett arc. Then again, when you remember that that one is using the amnesia angle, and that he also did Biking Bikers from Hell, perhaps slightly less surprising.